back to the Modcast, baby. We back with a second episode, so we official now. It's your boy Adam up in the building.
And Zach.
Mm-hmm. You know, rapping Modern BC like we do.
Yes,
and
sir.
as is becoming custom, dropping another episode alongside another track release, bro.
Yep.
So happy to get that second one out, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah, dude.
It's fun so far.
Hell yeah.
Fucking
Feels
Sun
good.
Tzu, dog.
Feels so good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Been a long time coming. Feels good to get the second one out of there.
It does, bro. It does, man. And you know, we're gaining momentum in a lot of ways with building this project up, and I'm excited about where it's going, man.
Oh no,
You
definitely,
know?
definitely. Excited about the response so far. Excited about a lot of behind the scenes stuff right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's looking real good.
Yeah, it is.
It's exciting.
It is.
It is exciting times.
Amongst, it's crazy, man. Like, be excited about this, but also living in times where shit's so crazy. You know what I mean? That's fueling all of this. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's wild that, you know, we're motivated putting out what we're putting out, trying to help with the effort to lift the fucking vibe, right? But then it's also like we're celebrating gaining momentum, but it's because shit's so shitty. You know what I mean? It's like, man, I want to celebrate, but then that other side's there is like, oh yeah, but fuck.
Yeah, it's like they're vibing into it, but it's like, oh man, everybody feels this way.
Yeah, exactly, man. That's like the double-edged sword of this
Right.
shit. It's like,
Right.
you like when people resonate with you, but damn, man, if we all feel like this shit's fucked up.
Yeah.
There's no way around it.
It's super fucked up. Super fucked up. Ain't no way around that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. And this, like, to kind of go into like that's the theme of the song, right? Is uprooting all that shit, like decolonizing your mind, right? And I think we're seeing a lot of that shit happening, man.
Yeah.
Where people are uprooting what's been planted.
And we did that, the first song, Art of War, and the second song, Sun Tzu, obviously, the person who wrote Art of War. And those two songs are meant to kind of play off each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, we did that on purpose. So that Art of War is kind of like that pretensor, you know, that rising anxiety of what is going to happen. And then Sun Tzu comes in as that realization of, oh, they do. As usual.
I think like Art of War is demonstrating the understanding of war, so you understand what you're getting into. Hence the question, you think you want this, and like, you know, breaking down the philosophy, Sun Tzu's the execution.
Right.
Of having no other choice, really, right? But it's also out, because it sounds like on the surface, right? Like we're going to fucking war, we're ripping shit up, right? And we are in a way, but really what it is like decolonizing your mind, right? They all have set up encampments and colonies and cities of it, whatever, however developed their ideas are in your mind,
right?
That's their colony, right? So we gotta go burn these fucking villages down, get these motherfuckers out, bro. Right. That's what it is, and that's gonna take some upheaval.
And that means literally and like up here too, because that's where it starts. You have to do the work up here, or else you're never gonna start to see it.
That's where they started.
Yeah,
was in your fucking mind from birth. They started laying the foundation, just moving in.
Yeah,
just like they're doing over there, guys. Take a little bit more land, another settlement.
Yep.
Like, yeah, and then they got your whole fucking mind. You know what I'm saying? And you're fully bought in. You don't even know what the fuck happened. And you don't know why. And you can't accept any other ideas because it makes cognitive dissonance too crazy.
Because you can't even see what's actually happening, which means like everybody thinks that when you say, "Oh, what's actually happening," means like it can mean some deep esoteric thing, but it's like it can also mean like touch grass. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like for real. Like society isn't all that there is.
It's not. Humanity is all that there is when it comes to us. Like, obviously, we play a role in the overall ecosystem and balance of everything. But if there's no humanity, there's no society. Fuck that society shit. When you're saying touch grass, what I hear is like, hey, just go do some human shit. Go be a human for a little bit, man.
No, for real. Dude, and, you know, that's, you know, just like, you know, one of the reasons, I've always said one of the reasons that I love making music and why I think that people make music is that's the thing that we do. Just like bees pollinate flowers and birds fly and fish swim, people make music. We always have. Yep. They've proven that the drum, like rhythm beats and drum type frequencies when they hit into the earth make mushrooms grow faster. The mycelium grows and connects faster because of the reverberations through everything. So it's like that's part of what we bring to the planet. You know what I mean? What's what we're supposed to be doing.
Keepers of the frequency spectrum, man.
Full send.
You know, bees and a bunch of other animals handle the pollination and all that. Like everything's got a job and it does it. And that feels a lot like what we're supposed to do and what we're naturally inclined to do. Even people who don't make music react to music.
Yeah.
Almost universally. There's some people out there that are anomalies and music just doesn't move them, which I don't know.
Yeah, all right. You know,
better be real good at
their
math
own,
and,
but
like,
yeah, something,
super on
man,
that
that's
side.
wild.
Like we need you too, but that's the anomaly. That's the exception. You
Yeah.
know? But we also need to understand math. That's part of how this whole thing works. Frequencies, math. You know what I mean?
It's all connected.
I feel like everything we're drawn to as humans, in one way or another, leads back to that.
Right.
You know, roundabout, direct, whatever. It's gonna end up.
Sound. Everything is sound and frequency, and we have the ability to tap into that.
Yeah, and the desire to.
Right.
You know,
like you actually get like like a biological reward for doing so. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
Yeah. Whether you're creating or listening.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part. We all start by listening.
I think it's nuts that like people can have synesthesia, and music makes you hallucinate. Like you hear music and it makes you see like colors and all that. Like it just gets crazy. It can be in different varying forms. Like everybody's a little bit different. But yeah, that's nuts. It just triggers like all of your senses kind of like start mixing together.
Well, that's gotta be. You remember like old Xbox? You put your like CD in there and shit.
Yeah.
The visualizer.
Right. You get your own visualizer.
Had to be rooted in like
That's
just somebody
rad.
closing their eyes when they're listening to music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just going on the ride because those things
Right.
were too in tune to
Yeah, it was nuts.
like the mental experience of music.
That's funny. I love that. That's one of those like for our generation. That's one of those like everybody's done that. Everybody just put a CD in their Windows 95. It just had that thing going. It was like, whoa.
They just stared at it, dog. Without the shrooms or anything.
Yeah,
It was just
none of that.
fucking,
Yeah.
This is crazy. I kind of missed that shit, man. I'm not gonna lie, that was cool. You could like pick the different ones,
Right. Yeah.
the different colors. And I remember my PlayStation 3, one was just the Earth. You'd go through all these crazy visualizers and it'd just be Earth rotating. Like, oh shit.
I wasn't ready. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I think that's where that's kind of rooted. Is just somebody found a way to replicate the internal experience into a visual.
Right.
Of what happens when you listen to music, which is mind-blowing. Which also, man, like we're interpreting frequency into the visual spectrum, which is another form of frequency. We're transmuting frequencies. Like, it gets real meta when you think about this shit, man.
It is. That's things like when you think about things that you take for granted. And when you start to really think, you know, that the old thing like, whoa, like, you know, type of shit.
Well, I guess this kind of shows, your relationship with reality. It can be really entertaining and mind blowing because even when you said like the whoa, the fact that there's even a to make you go whoa is fucking whoa, bro.
Yeah.
We have like I don't know, man. Cannabis is like the perfect pastime balancing thing. It's almost like something new. Like this is gonna be kind of fucked up down here.
There you go.
Why don't you take the edge off, my man?
Yeah.
A little something for you.
A little something for you. A little something.
Sorry in advance.
We'll toss you this. Right before they flew off, they tossed a couple seeds out the window.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep. They'll need it. It's going to be harsh the first time you do it, but trust me.
Enki said, fuck this up. Here you go.
We made a little plant for you guys in the lab.
Yeah.
It's kind of made specifically for your biology in so many ways.
That's what's nuts, is that biological just mesh that happens.
Look, I recognize when two projects were developed side by side, okay?
Right.
Like, you know how like they filmed all the Lord of the Rings at the same time for continuity purposes? We were built together.
Yeah. They're all you guys just bees in a pod. Literally. Just say pod.
Yeah. It's like, we're going to throw him in there. We might as well make him be able to tolerate it. So
Just a little bit, yeah.
from the jump, how can we maximize? They're going to take it too far. Oh, they're going to take it too far and try to have other things, but they're going to need this still.
Yeah. They actually, I just saw something about the feds are talking about rescheduling or changing what kind of schedule something. It should be descheduled entirely, but they're going to change something about what cannabis is. I don't think anybody knows exactly what it's going to be yet, but they're changing it again.
How about just
it's supposed to be lowered
legal?
and like it's supposed to make everything easier, but God knows what it's actually going to end up being. Maybe by the time this is on YouTube, we'll know.
Can we just legalize it and then use the taxes to replenish Social Security?
No, they're just going to use the taxes to blow up more Palestinian children.
How about we legalize it and then it's mandatory for politicians to smoke it?
I hate that. Like I'm getting to the point where I'm like, yeah, tax the rich, and we should all flip this whole thing around, and we and redo the whole tax system. And I'm like, but even if we do, they're not going to use it for anything that I want, like it's going to help them. Like it's just going to go to the same place. Like I hate that I'm getting that fucking cynical.
Yeah. I mean, we should get an option, man. Hey, on this check, like you're going to pay taxes. Where you want them to go this time? J.
Cole actually says that, even though it's a sensitive topic at the moment. But back in the day, J. Cole says that. I forget what year he says it. I think it was like 2012 or 2014. He says, and he's like, it's whatever year. I could be wrong on the year, but it's whatever year it is. He goes, pull up and decide where my taxes go on an app.
Dude,
like
why the hell
just check it
can't?
off. He's like, I can do all this shit's so automated.
Letting people vote with their dollars directly.
Yeah,
we don't need all this representation. Let us represent ourselves.
Maybe it was 2017. Now I'm like obsessing over when that happened now, and I can't figure it out. But yeah, man, no, for real.
Yeah,
like the bill. Oh, you get to. Welcome to America. You get to vote. I would love to get to vote on that.
Kinda.
Yeah.
You kind of get a vote.
Yeah.
Vote-ish.
I would love to get to choose what my taxes get spent on.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't be blowing up Palestinian children, that's for sure.
No, it wouldn't be blowing up nobody. I don't want to buy any bombs, bro. And I probably have bought several throughout my lifetime.
Yeah.
And I don't like that fact. How many of my dollars have gone to this shit? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? There's no way to find out.
Yeah, because it's
you just average it out amongst the people, but you don't really know.
God forbid, because most of us would use that to buy food and things like that.
Imagine how much cheaper things would be if we didn't have all these. If we weren't fucking wage slaves to another country by, proxy to our politicians being bought off by AIPAC. Yeah, man. I'm at a loss, but I love that it's getting exposed more than ever, and it's just like picking up every day exponentially. People are just digging and digging and digging.
Just like TikTok,
more
dude.
Shit's popping up.
Like literally, there's been video recordings, audio recordings, quotes from politicians straight saying, "We're banning TikTok because the videos in support of Israel and Hamas are spreading faster than all of the top 10 American news companies put together." Mm-hmm. Full send. That's why it has nothing to do with the Chinese company owning it. It has nothing to do with any of that. China has absolutely nothing to do with it. They just happen to be the people who made the company. That's the beginning and end of that.
China's trying to get Palestine recognized on the United Nations type platforms.
I'm sure by proxy, they're probably stoked that they can shut that shit down too. But yeah,
I'm saying they're trying. Think about that. We always look at them as the evil villain opposition, and they're like, "Hey, we should recognize Palestine and welcome them into the echelon that we're at." And the United States is like, "No." Everyone else is like, "Yeah, I bet." No. What they're not telling us they're being kind of transparent with that, but they're not gonna say our fucking benefactors told us we have to do this.
Yeah.
The people who pay us that bought us off told us we have to. Daddy Netanyahu said we have to.
Yeah, well, that's why they're when they do the investigations, they're asking these people, and they're like, you're having the accused investigate themselves? And they just keep being like, we're asking Israel. Like, bro, you don't ask the kid who just trashed the house what happened. You know what I mean? Like of course they're going to lie. This is it's a fucking logical fallacy. Doesn't make any goddamn sense.
This is a tale as old as time, bro. We've been fueling these fucking these military interests, we'll call it, for years, man. everywhere. We're just funding these little things, and we end up fighting against the thing. So if we follow the pattern, we're gonna end up fighting the monster we created once again to try to save face. But it's gonna be like that reluctant thing where it's like, damn, bro, why'd you take it this far? We had a good thing.
Which is, dude, it's insane.
That's probably like how they're doing it.
Think, like, it's getting to the point where you wonder, like, how much farther could it possibly be taken? Like, this is going to be looked back on and, like, studied, and when, like, it's not as much of an active, like, political thing at some point in time, and it's going to be seen how awful this is.
Oh, it's happening in real time.
Like, there's no, like, it's like, it's insane that it's that who the subject matter is, but like, it's just like, you know, like you like Holocaust deniers. You're like, that fucking happened. Like, look at it. It happened. There's pictures. It happened. Like, there's going to be like, there's going to be no denying it, and there really is no denying it, and that wraps back around to you can't, because that's why they're getting rid of TikTok.
Imagine if they had social media during World War II. Well, in the lead up, not even during, in the lead up when all that was going down. Imagine it'd be the same. We're seeing what that would have looked like.
Yeah. And and they're like, oh, this is so much crazy. It probably, I'm not one to compare really. You know, I don't know. I wasn't there, but like, I'm sure that there's a lot of heinous shit that you just don't know about just because the documentation wasn't there. And it's probably always been like that. And you're like, no, but now you get to see what this is. No, like, it's like one of those, it's like, look at it. Like, you should know that this is happening, and you should know that, like, the place where you live is the reason that this is happening.
Yeah, and you're hearing shit from the horse's mouth type shit. This is so brazen, man. I follow some channels, like there's a filmmaker who's Palestinian and is trying to, like, really educate people. They're going back to, like, the original massacres, like, in the 40s and shit like that, right? And they took excerpts from, I forget what it was called, but they were interviewing all these ex-Israeli soldiers. They're old men now. And they were just going over, like, all the war crimes and shit that would happen. You know what I mean? And, like, I can't even count how many I've killed or whatever. They would go over, like, some of them were like, it was terrible what was happening. And some of them were, like, smiling and laughing about the shit. And, like, yeah, that's what you do. And it was the disconnect from seeing them as, like, life on the other end of your fucking scope is crazy, bro. And the way they justify it, you could tell they're doing mental gymnastics. If they ever accept or allow themselves to accept what they've done, they're gonna fucking spiral in the madness, bro. It's wild that you have to at some point. Some people feel like they have to just lock it away in a box, deny, or justify. It's one of those two things. And like, people are defending mass murder, dog. Like, taking groups of people, locking them in an fenced enclosure, and just and admitting to it.
And I mean, like, told you I was driving around, I see this house all the time, and it's got an American flag, and then a Ukrainian flag, and then an Israeli flag, and I'm just like, how are you like? You just walk outside and see this every day, and turn the news on and see all this shit, and you're just like, oh no, this is all totally fine. This is exactly what should be happening. We should be massacring all of these fucking people. I just don't. It's almost, I don't know, man. It's to the point where it's like almost like politics aside, like, you're just okay with massacring people. It's like, it's one of those things, like, it comes back to a mentality of, like, you know, when they say to the, what is it, history is written by the victor, you know, and it's like all this time when you look back and you just follow this line along history, it's like all this stuff has been, like, done the tip of a sword, the tip of a rifle, and then you try to cover it up, and then it's just like the same old story over and over. And like, how long do you think you can get away with this? And like, really, that people should be paying more attention to that TikTok ban, because that's the first sign that they can't, because they're trying to convince the majority people of this, and it's not succeeding.
We got to update the fucking saying, bro. History is written by the colonizer. That's what we got to.
That's actually way more accurate.
You know what I mean? Fuck the victor, it's the colonizer, man.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing. They're colonizing the internet. All of this is in your mind, the internet, every fucking plane of existence you can think of, these motherfuckers are thinking of it too, and how to colonize it. And they're actively doing it. And you can't let them, or they're gonna do it. You're just gonna wake up with some new neighbors all of a sudden,
Yeah.
metaphorically speaking. Who the fuck are you? Why are you in my house? Why am I not in my house and why are you in my house? What the fuck just happened?
Yeah, I think it's so funny when people think back in their life, you know, especially in this country, and one of the defining ideologies of being an American is like, oh, we're not England, you know what I mean? We're not, and I'm like, did you not come like just go across like an ocean and just do the same damn thing that they've been doing the whole time?
Mm-hmm.
Like. It's not, and that's when it's like when people talk about when you're like, this doesn't have anything to do with like any real borders like you and I consider borders. Like if you're traveling and you're like, oh, I'm in this country, then I'm in this country, then I'm in this country. It's like, no. It doesn't operate like that. You know what I mean? It's all behind that shit. And they will kill whoever they have to. And it doesn't matter. It just moves it just grows and moves from place to place, wherever's prudent.
Well, they said we're not England. What England wishes they could have been.
Yeah.
We're all over the whole fucking world, just slinging our fucking dick everywhere, fucking throwing our balls on the table. Like, it's my table now.
Yeah.
My balls are like, I put my balls in the drum set. We're doing that to
it's
everybody.
Now, my
bro.
drums.
Yeah.
Put my
Everyone's
drum
drum set. Just getting fucking swiped. Like, we're not England. We're worse.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. England did that for a very long time. We're going to fizzle out after a few hundred years, most likely. And that's embarrassing for people who are empire-minded. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, we're Rome. How long did you last? Oh, it's 2000. Well, you Egypt. Yeah. Hey, America.
Yeah. 250, 300 years, something like that.
They're just like,
they're all,
2, 3.
Yeah, 100.
2, 3,000? That's a good run. But no.
No.
100,000? Goddamn. No.
We elected this orange dude. And
we elected the orange dude after electing several. He's just another one in a streak of fuck ups, bro.
Yeah.
When's the last time we had a good fucking president that wasn't a fuck up? I was never alive for that.
Dude, I actually just saw a thing that about Watergate being a scandal from the FBI because Nixon had a 90% approval rate and won 49 out of 50 states.
Jesus. Tricky Dick was pulling some tricks, baby.
They think that it was like he was framed. Like that Watergate was to get him out of office because he was like he unified everyone so much.
Unified?
49 out of 50 states.
We're talking the 60s though, bro.
Oh, I mean, yeah, within relative.
He wasn't unifying
bro,
shit.
I'm not talking about that. Don't go there.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is he was the expert at leveraging the base.
Yeah.
The same shit that happens now, but bro, like he's the
unifying
war on
public
drugs.
Opinion.
Yeah.
You can't have 90% of the people agreeing that one person should be president.
But how many people are voting? How many people are surveyed?
Yeah, no, that's a very good point. That's
what I'm getting at with like the 60s, man.
No,
like,
you're not wrong about that. And I agree with you.
The polls, like, you better not show up.
No, 110%. But like, that's just nuts to think like fucking 49 out of 50 states, like 90% of the people that could get to a ballot voted for the same person. That's nuts.
It is.
And like,
we're probably gonna see some shit like that again.
That's like it almost
up.
doesn't even matter like what side you're on or anything. Like sides are irrelevant at that point. Like you just like 90%, you pissed somebody off. Whoever's on the opposite end of whatever you just did just went, oh shit. And that's what I meant. I'm not saying that he's like unifying, like bringing the people together all day, but I'm like unified like a whole amount of people to that. And somebody said, fuck no.
You also gotta look at who he's running against too. I want to look back at that because I know at that time Robert Kennedy was going to be trying to run with MLK as a running mate.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't have got 90% if both of those dudes didn't get murked.
Oh, no, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of factors that play into that shit. But also, he was pushing forward a lot of agendas that are still in motion today. Like the war on drugs, bro. That was Nixon.
Yeah, that shit was fucking
You know
awful.
what I mean? They wanted to get the hippies and the black people and fucking stop both movements simultaneously. They're on weed, they're on heroin.
Yeah.
All of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, he was a piece of shit.
You know? And it's wild to see, like, so I wonder, but you always see this shit in politics, bro. Look at what happened to Bernie Sanders from his own party back when he was running. They fucked him over on his own team.
Yeah.
So of course, man, if they feel like they're at a disadvantage, we got to move this motherfucker out the way. And it's wild. You know what? We're about to see something similar where we saw fucking Trump win by a landslide, lose by a landslide, and I kind of feel like he's gonna win by a bigger landslide this time.
Yeah.
Because shit is so fucked up, and the other side is fucking up so bad. A lot of people are like, dude, why would I go with this again? This is different. And that's like, you're hearing a lot of that, and it's like, dude, we have no good choices. Right?
No, yeah. The only good choice is neither of them.
But Nixon wasn't a good choice either. He got 90% because the other side was like fucking up so bad. And it was so tense too.
Yep.
The 60s, the fucking level of tension socially.
It was awful.
We're right back at this shit.
Yep. And it's just nuts. And that's what I'm getting at is you have like, I mean, you know, just that idea that you can get something to be so one-sided like that, and it still doesn't work. Like, you know, you're gonna have that strong opposition then, and you still have, it's just never worked out. Like, to the point where if you do get a large group of people to agree with you, you're just gonna be removed from the inside then. You know what I mean? Is this that, like, that social experiment of just being like, holy shit, like, there's no winning.
No.
Like, you just gotta, like, the point is that there's no winning. You're like, it's working exactly the way it's supposed to. Would you realize that it not working is it working the way that it's supposed to? Mm-hmm. It's a whole different thing.
The last president tried to really change shit, bro, got his fucking brain splattered.
Oh, yeah.
On TV in front of a city.
Because they'll make a point of it too, dude. They don't hide. They're just like, nope. And then we're going to feed you some, not only we're going to do that, we're going to feed you some bullshit that doesn't even make sense, and you're going to believe it.
He did it. Oh, he's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We just never can seem to get him.
Yeah, man. We could have got so much information, but he's dead.
Yeah.
Case closed. And on to the next, guys. President fucking Ford. Here we go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. This is the kind of world we're dealing with. They're going to try to get you. But this is the thing, right? It's all mental. It's a mental thing, bro. We're the motherfucking big old fucking gorilla that's letting the chain link fence stop it because it believes that it's in a cage.
Right.
Bro, you can rip that out of the ground whenever you decide to. The people are the same thing, bro. We outnumber these motherfuckers 1 billion to 2 billion to 1. It's the 1%. There's 99%. More.
Full send.
We can crush them if we decide to, but we're so fucking scared and timid, and we don't believe in ourselves. We believe that we need some kind of elevated fucking, bro, whether it's politics, religion, whatever, we're just outsourcing our self-belief and our decision-making is something above us.
Bread and circuses, man. Everybody just wants to be entertained.
Yeah. And we're the only thing that can actually make that shit happen, bro. They're not going to do it for you. They're not. They're going to keep.
No empire is going to give you the education that you need to overthrow them. You have to go get that yourself.
Yeah.
Full send. Why would they do that?
And look at, we got to this point somehow, right? It was a sequence that led up to this.
Yep.
And everybody along the way was like, oh, no, it can't. No, that's not what's going on. And now everyone's like believing every conspiracy coming up because, like, dude, you just didn't want to believe it. Fuck it. Just deal with the discomfort of the uncomfortable thought initially at the front, and it'll be a lot easier to deal with.
So much easier.
Than the compounded fucking version you're gonna have to confront.
Well, and everybody thinks that everything's so much bigger than them, and everybody thinks that, what difference can I make? All these things. When you start to think and realize that everything that we have and everything that we do and every problem and every issue that an individual has ever had or that humanity's ever had is man-made.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, aside from the elements and something that's trying to eat you that every living thing has to deal with, and like sickness and shit like that. Like, besides that, all of this, like, what's such a weird thing about humanity that we love to build our own cages. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And they're like, oh, it can never be undone. It was like, well, we used to think that having kings and queens was the only way that you could run a society, and that's clearly not a thing anymore. So I'm pretty damn sure that we can figure it out. Like, everybody chill the fuck out. Like, and just stop being a selfish piece of shit for a minute.
People can't get over themselves. That story you were telling me earlier, right? About this is perfect for man-made problems. The fucking rich dude. He had to manufacture a problem. He's complaining about staring at someone's trash cans in the street. Like, bro.
Huge house, RV.
This is on your mind?
Have to stare at someone's trash cans.
This is you're a manufacturer.
Turn around.
You know what I'm saying? It's completely man-made. You're the man. You made the problem. Stop looking at him. It's just like, don't go on social media if it bothers you. Don't watch this shit if it bothers you. You're not forced to do this shit. Nobody's forced to.
But everybody's so selfish that they think that means that whatever it is just shouldn't exist anymore. And it's like, you do understand this fucking terrifying line of thought that is, right?
Yeah, if you
but everybody thinks, oh, I never. And you see all these, these like people throughout history and all this stuff that, that hate people that are different than them. And I'm like, you do it every day.
Yeah.
You do it every goddamn day.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't even realize it.
Yeah.
You give your fear a face and then you made it your enemy. Really good stick to your guns lyrics.
It's true, man. And people always get so worked up. And here's the thing, man. This is on the micro and the macro. Ask yourself this question. How many times has it ever been as bad as you feared it would be when it actually came to fruition? Even if it was worst case scenario that could have happened, guarantee you 9 times out of 10, it's not as bad as you feared and made it up to be in your mind.
And that comes down to that you've survived all of your worst days.
Yeah.
To this moment, sitting here, if you're watching this, you've survived every horrible thing that's ever happened to you, including the worst catastrophes of all of our lives, because everybody has obviously horrible things that happen, and you can't discredit everything. But we're here.
Yeah.
Well, that's a testament to something, ain't it?
Yep.
And every other person that you're looking around at has also done that. Yep. So maybe consider, if you don't think you have anything in common with somebody, everybody's got to be a tenacious son of a bitch to be making it right now. And all of your ancestors had to be a tenacious son of a bitch for you to be alive at all. So,
appreciate this
appreciate that shit.
Stop living in fear. Stop letting this shit run you. And the same thing goes for stuff on the mass scale, and they're like, oh, this threat is imminent. It's looming.
There's almost never
How many
a real
times
imminent
has it
threat.
actually happened?
Bro, and honestly, on some real shit, especially if you're an American, most of your threats are internal. They're domestic as fuck. I'm not saying that I would never go on record and say that we're never going to have a foreign issue, because that would be dumb to say. You never know.
We have a bunch of them. We just caused them.
Yeah, that's facts. But yeah, dude, no, this is that thing. I cannot believe that they're trying to pin this whole TikTok thing on the fact that China owns it.
It's so dumb. How much other Chinese stuff is in this country that has access to data, chips, fucking other apps? This isn't the only app from China.
Yeah, dude. How many things? Just anyone, just look around your house.
Pretty sure there's
a lot
lights on my table.
Lot. Probably even more than we're even aware of.
Microphone.
I was thinking that. I don't even know.
You know what I'm saying?
You never know, man.
Matt, where's the laptop made that we're recording this on, bro? Definitely China. With African minerals.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, we're gonna ban Apple fucking products. We're gonna ban fucking video game systems. We're gonna ban cars.
You know what would be way smarter than using TikTok to drive? All you'd have to do is just use a Roomba. And
they can, bro.
It's just a vacuum. You know what I mean?
But an AI can use your vacuum to relay visual. You can do a lot with just a chip and an access point, bro.
You know how many satellites there are? You walk around with a phone in your pocket all the time. It scans your face to unlock. Everybody's, oh, TikTok, you.
So
come on, man.
Can we do the same thing?
When does common sense come into play here?
Can we do the same thing? Hey, BlackRock, you're kind of fucking up the housing market. So we're gonna need you to divest and sell your fucking because You know, and not only that, you're a very diverse company. So not only are you fucking the housing market, you're also spying on us and taking our data. You're kind of a way bigger problem than TikTok, but a lot of American interest is invested in you. So it's cool, bro.
It's cool, bro.
It's cool, bro.
That's cool. You're rotting this place from the inside out, but it's fine.
And the American companies that are invested in TikTok don't have to divest.
No.
Just the Chinese one. That's the main owner. That's fucking weird, right? You're allowing, and you're posting your damn campaign ads on TikTok. Same motherfucker who signed the ban. What the fuck are we doing?
There's like, it's like literally like there's no words for how ludicrous this shit is getting. It doesn't even make sense. I mean, and they say that one of the signs of the downfall of an empire is that its laws will start to contradict itself.
Yeah.
It's full sell sign.
It's over, bro. America's never going to be what it could have been.
Well,
never.
Dude, the only reason that it was what it was essentially because of World War I and World War II. And then we realized that, oh shit, that war did really good for the economy. And we've been addicted to that drug ever since. Well, that's all that this shit's like we put so much money into the military industrial complex that I'm convinced that we have to start wars just to be able to sell the weapons that we make. And that's how it works, because we invest too much money into it. And I don't understand, man. I feel like how is this not obvious?
It is, bro. I watched a video the other day from a foreign, I think it was a British dude or some European guy who was comparing America's military to the rest of the world, and just the number of warplanes. So the top 10, 2 through 10 together wasn't half of what we have. It's crazy, dog.
You only do that if you know that everyone hates you. You know?
Or you're planning something.
That too. It's both.
You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely both.
Why do you have so many weapons, bro? What are you worried about? Why do you have enough nukes to wipe out the solar system?
Honest to God. When one can apparently light the entire atmosphere on fire.
Bro, we've never even actually used a nuke in battle. We used atomic weapons. And we saw what that shit did. Bro, why? Just one of them, or two of them, 2 cities gone. Like, we don't have that many. We have more fucking warheads than damn cities, bro.
I feel like we don't even, I can't even imagine a problem where, like, you need to wipe out an entire city. I understand World War, I know about World War II, and especially on the Pacific side, it was awful, and they had to end that shit. But there's plenty of studies. There's plenty of studies that said that shit was not necessary.
They were
testing it out. They wanted to see what it would do, and they wanted to intimidate everybody, and they were ready to give up. And they said, you know what? Fuck it.
That was when America took over the game.
Sun on them.
That was when America not like, oh, they're the best. Like, holy shit, they're willing to do that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's who we're dealing with. That's so crazy when you really think about the toll that cost, like the life toll that took, bro.
Well, even, it's insane. Nobody hardly ever talks about, like, the life toll that it took that weren't in the 2 cities that they dropped the bombs on. Mm-hmm. All the testing in the water and in the desert, and all those people, and all, there's so many people out in New Mexico, like the New Mexico area. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Scar those people forever. Mm-hmm. Like generations are not going to be okay.
But trust and believe, if Palestine was further from Israel and they had the same thing going on where they coveted they'd use a nuke, bro.
No, the property's too valuable.
No. They would just wait. Fuck. People live in Nagasaki and Hiroshima.
I mean, you're not wrong, player. You're not wrong. I never even considered that.
They would full on use that shit, bro. They're basically use the equivalent of one, cumulatively.
Yeah, just like over time.
You know? So humanity would do. There are motherfuckers who are crazy enough to do it. And they probably be like, well, fuck it. If I can't run this shit, nobody will. I guarantee you. There's egos
That's so
of that
depressing.
magnitude in charge of shit.
That hurt my
with
body.
access to those buttons.
And my soul to hear all that.
Man. How do we get like this, man? Like, why is ego a built-in feature that can get so out of whack? Can you imagine if like dogs had egos? Like animals just had egos that made them do just crazy shit against their own self-interest just to validate some fucking weird hang-up they have? We're a weird species.
There's
though.
only one time of the year that happens to all the animals out there, and it only happens to the guys, and it's mating season. But that's a whole other conversation.
It is. Even that has a purpose. It's like you might die, but you're trying to create the next generation. You know? Desperation's a motherfucker. We ain't desperate, bro.
Desperate.
We're just fucked up.
Yeah.
Desperation would be like, okay, aliens are coming. Like Independence Day when they nuked the mothership and they tried. That was desperation.
Yeah.
And it made sense. Okay, if maybe we should have some nukes because
because points at the obvious. Yeah.
a lot of room out there for that shit to dissipate too.
Yeah.
Not down
well,
here.
it's in space, so shoot the big shit. Yeah.
It's the size of a city.
Yeah.
But
Like in Fifth Element, when they shoot it at the planet and it hardens up and nothing happens, and they're all, what do we have? What do we have that's bigger than that? And they're all, we don't have anything bigger than that. That was it. That was all of it.
yeah, that one makes sense. So if we got an intergalactic threat that I don't know about, which could be possible, they don't tell us about anything, but I feel like humanity is a bigger threat.
I feel like even like
anything.
whether you believe in aliens or not, but I feel like it's like when you hear about most of the story, I feel like the stories of like the cow mutilations and all that, I feel like that's still us. I feel like that's the government being a fuck, and I feel like all the other stories you hear about aliens and stuff is like them just flying around going, Jesus Christ, look at this fucking place. Like, we got to do something, but we can't. I mean, there was a Far Side, I think it was the Far Side comic, and it was there's like a spaceship in the back and two aliens, and they were standing up, and it was a crucifix with like Jesus nailed up, and it was the one alien sitting, the other one's like, you know what we need to do? We need to get the fuck out of here is what we need to do. And then we need to get the hell out of here.
It's like they kill all their best ones.
They're like, look, we're going to leave one base. We're putting it in Antarctica. And every time they get froggy, we have to remind them, hey, stop. Right? We're going to go back. Stop.
Yo, what if abductions are just like interviews? They're just checking the progress of humanity. Like, we got a few questions for you.
Right? They're like, what now? What is happening? What's happening?
Yeah. And then they fail, like, fuck. And they got to fucking wipe the memory and send them back. And
they flashy thing them.
Yeah. But that would be hilarious.
Flashy thing me.
It's just like what do they call them shits at work when it's like 6 months, a year, fucking, where you do the check-in shit?
Oh, yeah.
What do they call that
follow-up
damn
thing?
I can't remember the official. What if that's all abductions are, though?
Yeah.
Just for humanity, just like, hey, been a while, so you guys still...
Right? They just got like clipboards and stuff. And they're like, well, we can't let them know that this is what they're doing. They're like, I don't know, make it, just put a memory in his brain that it was like some horrific experience. They'll never want to do it again.
So we've noticed a lot less of you are able to move your face and express emotion. Like, what's going on?
They like hand him a cup of coffee.
Just truth serum.
It's delicious.
Extract the info. Man, what do you think? Okay, what do you think an extraterrestrial's take would be on this whole? Speaking of world wars, the hip hop. We mentioned J. Cole earlier. I feel like we kind of gotta.
Oh man,
lean into what's going on here.
I got to talk about that
with this because we are in the music world too. It ain't all like that shit.
The beef,
man.
The beef that broke the internet.
I'm gonna say this. I want the equivalent of what's happening in that world to happen in the real world, where all the fraudulent fucks who've been in power just get fucking torn apart. Like, okay, what about this? What about this? What about it? You fraudulent fuck you.
Just on and on and on.
Kendrick is.
I ain't even bled him yet.
Up, bro.
Can
I bleed him? Bet. Like, oh shit.
I don't know how it wasn't over when Drake used AI Tupac.
Bro.
That was a grab him by the pussy moment for me. You know what I mean? I never liked Drake anyway. Like, I never liked Donald Trump anyway. But when that happened, it was like, oh, what the fuck, man? Like, like, that man's turning over in his grave right now. Like, you'd be getting so threatened right now. You don't even understand.
Yeah.
The hell that would have been rained down upon Drake if Tupac was alive.
We would hear another, that's why I fucked your bitch, you whack motherfucker.
Dude, for real, dude. He'd be like, who shot you? Me. I did. I shot him.
But honestly, if he heard what Kendrick did, he'd be like, I don't even need to say it. What else can I say?
Bro, that shit was scathing.
And it was all stuff everyone's thinking, bro.
Bro, to say anything else is just, I feel like it's just lying to yourself and you're just being a fanboy. You just caught up in the hype.
Yeah.
There's no denying. That shit was brutal.
It's just, it's not even chess versus checkers, bro. It's levels beyond.
My
that.
jaw hasn't dropped hearing a rap song in a minute. And it happened at least twice organically while the first time that I heard that shit today. Bro,
when he would do the deep cuts, like we said, how many black features you gonna have until you feel black enough? And like, and we've all seen how he's been trying so hard to fit in these different sects and be hard. You Canadian rapping with a Louisiana accent, bro. How does that work?
Bro, Canadian rapping with every accent at a different point in time, just hopping around.
Same with like that Izzy Azalea chick. You from Australia, but
bro,
you talk with a black accent. Same shit. You know what I mean? He's pointing all this shit out. He said, I even hate when you say the word nigga, bro.
Dude, just like Brother Ali said, man, when he's talking about talking to his son, he says they'll hate you, but they love your culture.
Yep. But hey, I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way you look, hate the way you talk, hate the way you dress. Like,
I love the way that he's being so articulate about it. Then he stops and has those moments where he's like, man, I just don't like you, bro. Yeah. Like, he's like, I know I'm not even going to try to butcher the line, but the one where he's like, I don't even need to be deep right now. It's like, I didn't know. This is just blatant bullshit. Like, he's like, I'm gonna, because I won't cut you up. He's like, but I don't have to be.
You know what one got me, though, was like, have your core friends and stomach at and tell them where you got them abs or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, my God,
your core fan base stomach this and then tell them where you got them abs from.
Yeah.
Like, dude, with the...
Oh, you don't even have one. That's what he said.
Yeah.
My last one's the classic. You don't even have one. Have your core fans stomach that and then tell them where you got your abs from. Like,
dude, again, with always Kendrick with at least one double or triple entendre.
Bro, he did it like 3 times in that song. Yeah. On this latest one. He's going levels of entendre deep that we've never seen before, bro.
Yeah.
Like, is it even entendre anymore? Or is it something else? Once you go past a certain point, you're just speaking in code. But you're clever enough that you know that enough people are going to get that code.
Yeah.
You're inventing a code we already understand. What the fuck, man?
Based on bullshit that everybody, like, he's not even really going on about shit that like nobody knew about. Like if you weren't like super fan or following in, like there might be shit that you hadn't heard about. It's not like, but a lot of this isn't shit that's like hard to discover. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Drake didn't even. It's like it's a rap battle, like Curtis King said. Rap,
bro. That was so funny.
Rap. He's like, you don't want to rap? It's a rap. Rap.
You want to rap? He just kept saying, I was cracking up, bro.
He's like, I would love to rap. He's like, that's what I want to do.
You doing everything but. He's right, though. He's trying to win the internet, doing all his antics, bro. It's just about being a fucking presence now.
Well, like we said, if anybody's in, you want to talk about an industry plant, bro, the only reason you're famous and the only reason that you have this thing is because the industry made you have it.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
you're an industry fucking tree. Like, you're not a plant, bro. Like, you're...
Yeah, dude.
Degrassi. Bro, the first time I ever saw... Like, I heard the song when he dropped that You the Best or whatever his first one was. And I heard the song before I ever saw who was doing it. But I'd already seen him on Degrassi before, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then I saw the video. I was like, wait a minute. Is that guy? He's a rapper now? This is the Lil Wayne sounding like I've been hearing? Is the dude from the Canadian fucking teen fucking drama show. What? And then he just kept getting progressively. He kept changing. He was like corny as fuck, like nerdy type, and then he's like, now look at him, dog. Like, you trying to be thugged out?
Dude, I will
braided
never forget
up,
seeing
fucking
him with those curlers in his hair, bro. I'm like, oh my God, you're trying so hard right now, bro.
Nigga, you almost 40, dog. I ain't mad at having swag, at being that age, having style, being fresh, but you're literally copying children, bro. You're copying 20-year-old kids for their trends that they've been doing since they were like in high school. That, like, bro, you were doing sophomore juvenile shit, man. To be relevant, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Clout
You're
chasing.
gonna
Clout.
And Kendrick been sharpening that sword on the craft. He gets his clout from actual shit, not just because I'm in everybody's face.
People study what Kendrick does, for show.
People help Drake create what he does. His pen has 30 hands on it. Kendrick's got Kendrick's. You can't win. You can't win, bro. You might as well apologize like J. Cole did. J. Cole, I wish you never said anything, but you're smart for ducking out because I know you didn't want none of that either, bro. You're great. Just we're dealing with an alien.
The man's vicious.
He's just not. He's not.
Certain people are unfuckwittable.
Him and Eminem, bro, just leave him alone.
Yeah, that's what everybody says. They're like, don't get him on your track. He's going to embarrass you on your own song.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do about it. Just don't do it.
Definitely don't battle with him.
Oh, hell no.
Don't start beef with, like, you're not going to. 50 Cent's another one. And outside, not because of his bars or anything. He's just going to make you look stupid to the whole. That's what Drake's trying to do. Like, 50 Cent's the master of that game. Just trolling you into oblivion.
Yeah.
So don't fuck with him either. Just.
Yep.
There's some super predators out there, bro. They'll eat you. So, Cole, you're going to survive, bro. You're going to have to weather some lulls in the rep.
It's crazy. Like, all these people trying to pop in and make it relevant. The only one that I said, that, like I was telling you, the only one that popped in and like was like, hey, yo, don't think it's fucking nice and sweet over here. Like, I ain't apologizing to nobody. I apologize for even doing this dumb shit was Lupe. And I was like, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. You don't want...
Yeah.
And, yeah, much respect for that.
I want somebody to come out and just be like, you know what? This whole shit been lame for a long time.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like one of the GOATs, like the actual OGs to come out, like a Rakim. What if Rakim came out of nowhere and just shut this shit down? Like,
just flamed them.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Y'all made oh, God, I would love to see him just call everybody out. We built this up for y'all to do this. Oh.
Full send.
Ooh. Yeah. Come on. Big Daddy Kane and Rakim together on a track, roasting everybody today would be like my dream. I might be able to hang up the mic at that point, but I'm satisfied with him. We're where we need to be. I can't do anything to help.
You know who came in is been one of my favorites lately and is rolled in is like almost like not the same energy, but like in the same way, like Wiz Khalifa, like just the most unproblematic, like just good vibe, like unfuckwittable in a way. Like, it's Tobey and Wigway. I'm like, you are wholesome. It's like, what are you gonna do? What are you even gonna say? Like, the man's on stage with his kids. Like, you got nothing. The man's fire and yeah, it's like you can't even say a bad word about the guy. Like,
you can't.
Man rolled in and went. That mint, man, is so clean.
I know, but it's also weird that he's not bigger than he is.
Yeah, well, I think it's one of those things. Like certain rap, they write music that makes you think.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's always a tougher climb.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like I mean, I know like I said, Lupe Fiasco. Lupe Fiasco's had really big hits. Like he's like Kick Push and stuff. But I love Kick Push. But like he should have been bigger. I always felt like he should have been bigger too. But I always feel like some of the stuff that he's said is holding back a little bit. I felt like like you could have been huge, but a lot of people just don't want to hear what they say.
True. I feel like I lost what I was gonna fucking say. But I just feel like it's just criminally lower than it should be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I get that people want to think and shit, but I also feel like what Tobin does has a level of universal appeal
Well,
to where it can be recognized by anybody that this is good.
And he does he's on the choreography, the fashion side of it. His whole thing is a vision.
Yeah.
Every time. And as soon as I started tapping in with him, I was like, oh, this is a whole thing. Like, this isn't just like some rapper putting out songs. I was like, you have this is going to build an empire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Jay-Z without all the bullshit.
Yeah. But Jay-Z blew up way quicker.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I hate that,
and that's exactly why that comparison is exactly what I'm talking about.
But it's a direct suppression.
Oh, yeah. 110%.
They're not going to.
110%. Because, dude, you're not, if you're a real nasty fucking industry demon out there, you're not approaching him. There's no chance. You ain't got a chance in hell. That was too solid over there. Mm-mm.
At least I hope so.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? I see what it is, and I hope I'm right about it. And I feel like I am, but man, I'm not gonna lie, I've been disappointed by some.
Full sin. Full sin.
And it's like, oh man, they got you.
Time will tell.
But I don't think that you don't build an image around family and all of those things they're doing just to fucking shoot at and throw it by the wayside for a check. Hell no. I hope not.
I hope not.
We need something solid in this world to remain and grow into what it can be and not fall short, man. And hopefully we could be one of those things. You know, to come full circle on this shit. Hopefully we could be one of those things.
Finally give Arizona a sound. Everybody coming out of Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
I always feel like there's like, I don't know, man. I don't know what it is about this place in the music, but it's like there's been a lot of really good music come out of here. A lot of really good bands come out of here. And raps come out of here too. Futuristics from here. But like, there's never been like you hear about cities. I mean, like, oh, that's what that sounds like. Like, I don't know why that's never been able to been nailed down here.
It's because hasn't been able to be a cultural identity because everyone's from somewhere else.
That's true too.
Whereas like a city like Chicago, now it's not like this, but Seattle growing up, like everybody was from there. It had its own flavor. You know what I mean? You go to the Bay. That's what that Bay Area had the moment, the hyphy movement. Bro, that was authentically from like the personality of the collection of cultures in the Bay. You know what I mean? It reflected the region for sure. You know, but that had time to develop over years and generations to get unique how it was. A city like Oakland is its own little universe, and people have been there for generations.
Right.
Fuck, people just moved to Phoenix.
Right.
This place just turned 100 in 2012.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think now there's been people who have been here long enough that may not necessarily be from here, and enough people that are from here doing things where we're going to start seeing for the first time kind of a Phoenix vibe. I'm seeing it more and more every day, it seems like, because a lot of people that are moving here are adopting the city as their own too. We're like, I'm in Phoenix. This is where I'm at. This is where I'm repping, right?
Right.
So I think we'll start seeing that, and it's cool to be in a position where we can help contribute to what that's going to be.
Yeah.
If we pull this thing off right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not a lot of cities you can still do that left on the map. They haven't been established like that. You know?
Yeah. That's all pretty much spoken for.
Especially of this size. Phoenix.
That's
huge,
what I'm saying.
dog.
This is one of the biggest cities in the whole damn country.
Yeah.
And I'm like, put some respect on our name. God damn it.
It's coming, bro. Another part of it, and a lot of people are going to be mad at me because, you know, I'm just calling it what it is. I'm an outsider with the perspective, right? The sports teams don't ever do shit.
Well, one of them's leaving.
Like, yeah, exactly. Cities that have that identity, usually that doesn't happen. You know what I mean? And also, they kind of get notoriety because of the world tuning in, like a Pittsburgh, the Steelers, bro. I don't even care if you like football or not. You hear Pittsburgh, Steelers is in your fucking mind somewhere, right? It's the identity, Steel City, and that's rooted in like the identity of the city.
Dude,
like,
I remember growing up when I was a kid, and when the Diamondbacks won the World Series out here, that was an experience. Everybody was rallying behind that, and I know that we almost had that with the Suns a little bit ago, and that fell on its face.
It always does with them, bro.
Yeah,
they just lost in the first round, getting swept.
Yep,
with the big three, man. You know, and it's something. What I don't like is that Arizona teams all kind of do that, except for like the Diamondbacks when they made it that one time. But they all get real close. You've seen the Cardinals do it. I've seen the Suns do it time and time again.
So many times. I'm going to be started on the Cardinals, bro.
But it's reflective
I tell myself that team doesn't exist anymore.
But what happens every time the Cardinals win like 3 in a row? The whole city's like, fucking Super Bowl. Like, calm down.
Yeah, breathe, bruh.
Suns, when they made the finals, what was happening? Suns in 4. Happened once. It was a cool moment. And then the other 2 series after that, Suns in 4. Nope. Suns in 5. Actually, fucking Bucks in 5, bro, or 6 or whatever. Like, you guys got to let the hubris calm down. You got to let it blow up. I don't know, man. It's just the city wants it so bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why they get so hyped. They want that identity, but it's got to be built with substance, not hype, not flash, fucking real fucking shit. And those are the music scenes and the places that emerge artists that are the realest and have the longest longevity, bro. And
You know what
depth.
I think is one of the biggest contributors to that not happening? Scottsdale.
Oh, hell yeah, bro.
I fucking hate that town.
Bro.
Sorry if you live in Scottsdale, Arizona. Like, maybe you're all right, but like, fuck that town.
It's like our Hollywood, like,
Bruh,
or whatever
but
the
it's like,
or Malibu or whatever.
It's like that, but somehow even more fake because it's not even that.
Because it's not.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not even like, at least that's what it is, but it's still bullshit. This is bullshit pretending to be a different shade of bullshit.
It's like there's enough real money in Scottsdale for it to be a rich city and like have like boutiques and that whole aesthetic. But there's such an imposter element that wants to get there, that's willing to fake it until they make it. That's what gives Scottsdale the rep that it has and that vibe. Those are the motherfuckers going to Old Town, bro. It's not the old money, not the people who actually probably deserve to live up there. And that, you know, have the...
Bro, the ones that were the, like, since I've been driving around more, especially up there, like, yeah, no, the places where all the like, where the you actually have money, not you think you have money, people live, nowhere near that shit.
No.
Nah.
They're not going there, bro.
No.
There's other places they go that those people can't afford.
Yeah, they don't even know about it.
Those are the people, you'll see a lot of Beamers and Benzes in the parking lot, but they're driving them to an apartment complex.
There's almost nothing about, like, as a person that's lived in Phoenix their whole life, there's almost nothing as an adult here that I could hear that makes me cringe and just want to run that direction more. Do you want to go to Old Town? Right. I want to go home now. Like, I don't even want to do what I originally planned to do. Like, that killed my whole mood. I'm going to order a pizza. I'm going to go home. I don't want to hang out with you anymore.
Remember when we went to Riot Night, right? I didn't know where it was, and I was like, fuck.
That's the only good thing that happens in Scottsdale.
It was cool, but as soon as I saw the address, I was like,
fuck.
Do I want to go to this?
I always think that, and every time at least I finally get into Rock Bar, and I'm like, all right, yeah, this place is cool. All right, this is fine. This is like an oasis in the middle of a pile of fucking bullshit. But that Indian food place is bomb that's down the street.
There's little pockets up there where it's cool shit, but man, it's one of those things. Other people just ruin the good, ruin everything else. You know what I mean? Just paint it with a bunch of fucking tinge on it.
There used to be a venue right at the end of that street. Fuck, what was it called? I saw Greeley Estates there. Shit. It was really rad in there too. They had like, it was almost like it was a venue, but not like a music venue, like an event venue, like a wedding venue, like that. But they turned it into a place where you could play shows. So there was like tables with like archways and stuff like along the sides and shit, and it like kind of looked like it was outside, like it looked like the sky on the top and stuff like that. It was weird. It was like a almost like a wedding venue or type situation mixed with a music venue. It was so dope, and then they just stopped doing shows there for whatever reason. Just like every rad venue I've ever been to here gets shut down.
Can't have no nice things, bro. Unless Live Nation gets to have it and they'll come ruin it.
Yeah. Or ASU buying the marquee. Thank God they're still doing shows there. We'll see how long that lasts. Knock on wood.
Yeah. The whole ASU thing. Can we let Shady Park be Shady Park again? I know most people, if they're not in here, they're not going to know what the fuck we're talking about.
I know, man.
I had to say that.
Park. I loved that place. Their ramen was also incredible.
Yeah.
That was such bullshit. Go be old somewhere else.
You know, moving to a retirement home next to Arizona State University.
Why do you even want to live there? You're on Mill Avenue. ASU is one of the number one party schools. I mean, it's still one of the number one schools in the country right now, but it's still one of the number one party schools in the country. It's Everybody knows what Mill Avenue is if you come to Arizona.
Yeah.
Why do you want to live there?
Bro.
We used to make jokes about like if you went walking down Mill Avenue on the weekend, you would have to like step over the rivers of vomit of college students throwing up all night.
Yeah.
Full send. It was like that.
Bro, I'm too old to be on Mill Avenue. What the fuck are you wanting to retire on Mill Avenue for? Mm-hmm. There's nothing there for you.
Mm-mm. Not a goddamn thing. That's where the smoke lounges are. One of the only states in the country that has smoke lounges. Now we have multiple.
On Mill.
Yeah. And like 2 or 3 of them were on Mill Avenue. Where you go smoke weed in a lounge with a bunch of people. And they're like, yeah, it's built a retirement community.
And shut down shows to do it. Yeah. Fucking money, bro.
Is it open at all? Shady Pie? Can you still
go get ramen and shit? Yeah, it's a restaurant.
Man, that really though. If you need to go, if you need a little bit of some Shady Park nostalgia, go eat that ramen. Because if you haven't, you need that.
I'm gonna go sit on the patio and like bump EDM while I'm
eating. Right, like in your earbuds.
Yup. Just remember the old times, man.
Good old days.
Shout out to Toki Monster. That's the last show I saw there. It was an incredible night. Great time after she released the Loon Rouge or Loon Rogue. I'm not sure how you're supposed to say that. The album's fire. That show was fire. Man.
Dude, the place now apparently seems like it's Dark Star.
Where's that?
On Mill, at least for that stuff.
Dark Star.
It's called Dark Star. And that's where I get shout out to Justin Knight, JKD&B Drum and Bass, where I go see him at, my homie. And it's at Dark Star on Mill. And it's dope.
Where's it at on Mill?
It's right on Mill.
But like, what did it used to be?
Oh man, it's been so much shit. It's funny because there's been so many times that when it was other stuff, I wasn't allowed in there because I have like facial piercings and shit. And my friends would have face tattoos and stuff, so they wouldn't let us in.
Really?
Yeah. And there's been places on Mill that like won't let you in if you're wearing Jordans. And I was like, well, if that's not racist, I don't know what is. But it's one of those spots that's flip flopped a bunch. It used to be like some kind of a bottle shop at one point in time, or like World of Beers. World of Beers.
That sounds familiar.
Does that sound familiar? On the corner.
So I used to work at School of Rock before it was Aurora.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I'm kind of like trying to map the area.
But yeah, it's that now. And I always hear about people going to Walter's Warehouse, but I'm just not that tapped into the EDM scene enough to have been there myself.
Yeah. I ain't got the stamina for all that these days.
Yeah, man.
I got too much going on to fucking.
It's so high energy, which I love on paper. Mm-hmm. But like when I'm there, I'm like after 5 minutes, I'm tired.
You gotta be with the right people and the right energy, bro.
Yeah, dude, for real. I'm like, this is wreaking hell on like my social meter. You know what I mean? Like I'm watching that bitch deplete. Like, dude, like my bar's going down.
I gotta get out of here. Everyone's so stoned and the music's so loud.
Dude, it's just like, welcome to sensory overload.
For real.
It's nothing wrong with it. It's not, I'm not saying a bad thing. I actually think it's, like I said, really awesome on paper. But like,
well, it's an awesome experience when you're in the right mindset.
And I've had great times at those things, but it's like with like sometimes I've just been like, holy shit. Like I need to hear myself think for a second. Like holy shit.
Yeah. That's why you gotta be in the right mindset where you're welcoming that, because
I've also like been on drugs at those things and that's been a good idea, and I've also been on drugs at those things and that was a bad idea, and you're just like, that makes for some really intense moments where you're just like, one time I went and it was we had a great, like, it was a bad night the first night and a great night the second night. Like the first night we went, it was like so windy, it was fucking freezing. And I was dying. Like, I hate being cold as it is. And I was all fucked up. And I was just like, God damn it. Like, God damn it.
I gotta go.
But I had a great time the next night.
Yeah, man. You know what? I might have one more in me of a couple of day run.
Dude, I've always said if I was going to do one of those things, like, I've been like, okay, if I'm going to go to, like, the stuff around here is like fun, if you want to go for a night or something. But like, I've always thought like, all right, man, like they have like Electric Forest where you just go get lost in the woods and shit like that. And I'm like, all right, I bet that's fun. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I've had like, I don't know, I've had differing opinions and weird experiences with some of those things sometimes. But
you ever been to gym
in the past? I've never gone to that either.
That's a good one.
That sounds dope too.
Because it's like it's been years since I've been, but it was like the perfect size.
Yeah,
not too big, still big enough to get like the people you want to see to come out, but you got elbow room. You can talk to people. It's spread out. You got cool little installations and shit.
Like, I always thought Electric Forest looked cool. I always thought Gym and Jam looked cool. Like, EDC looks like it can go very badly. You know what I mean?
That looks like hell.
It look, yeah, dude. There's a billion people. You're stuck. You're just on a race. I'm just like, dude, like that. And like another one is like Burning Man. I'm like,
especially last year when they got in that storm, bro.
No, yeah, with the rain and you're just out in the middle. I'm like, I don't know about this, man. I feel like
the protesters.
I've always felt like that sometimes, even with metal festivals, rock festivals. This is not definitely my opinion. It's not genre specific. So I'm not. Please don't anybody crucify me. I'm not knocking anything in general or anything specific, but in general, just festivals. I feel like people don't ever want to talk about how goddamn painful those experiences are sometimes, man.
You gotta plan that shit out,
bro. Yeah, you end up and it never goes the way. Something never goes the way you think. You always end up like, I had to hike back to this place, or I was stuck in this place, or I didn't have the XYZ. There was no food, water, couldn't find a bathroom. So I don't know what it is, but something always fucking happens where you just have a moment where you have to just embrace the suck. And you're just like, oh, and you're like, I'm having so much fun. I'm so glad I spent so much money on this. This is great. This is great. We're having a great time.
You really do gotta treat it like you're going into like a disaster. You gotta have all the contingencies in place. I can say that the one time that I had like a flawless experience, we went about it that way. It's like, okay, we're gonna get there early. We're gonna camp. We know the shower's over there.
Like just plan.
This time of day, we're going over there before everybody fucking gets over there and it's not accessible. We got to the shower like first every day. Food. We had enough food. We mapped it all out to where it was like, okay. But bro, it was real prep. It wasn't usually when you go to a concert, like, you ready? All right, let's go.
No, that shit's like it's like the difference between like getting ready and going like for like, I'm gonna go for a day hike, and being like, let's go backpack through the Grand Canyon. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just go do that.
No,
that can't be your first rodeo. It can't. Like, yeah,
you gotta have
no.
We even had our substances mapped out, bro.
Yeah,
like it's gotta be okay. This is why, this is why, this is why, this is how it's going down. Mm-hmm. We can't just be willy-nilly like, what's the wind feeling like, bro? Let's do it. That's when you get fucked up. That's when you get lost. That's when fucking the bullshit happens. Bullshit can happen anyway. You can't, like the rain at Burning Man. You could have had all the best plans.
Best laid plans of mice and men, and that's exactly what that book is about. You can try super duper hard, and it'll all still go to shit. I have some insane stories about shit going wrong, trying to go out and do stuff and go. I have to fucking like change names and places and use a vocoder and all kinds of shit. Again, but yeah, shit just can go so awry so fast for sure. I've just never. I always think it's funny that nobody ever wants to admit that, because it's like, you want to go. Do you want to go? Good time. You spent the money on it and everything, but there's always just the truth of it. There's always a part where you're like, that fucking sucked. Even artists, when they talk about playing festivals, are like, God damn it, this sucks.
Bro, it's crazy though. They got away with it at Burning Man, going to an empty lake bed for so many years and never having a flood. Like, you're in a lake bed,
right?
Now you're in a lake.
Like, dude, and like the most notorious of them all, Woodstock 99. I feel like if you went to Woodstock 99 and you went for the first day and then you woke up day 2 and went home,
greatest experience.
You had the greatest experience of your entire life. And you will always tell that story as it being the greatest experience of your entire life. You were there, you're everything. If you stayed longer than the morning, if you were there past 10 a.m. day 2, God help you. like I can't even.
If you were there once Korn came on, like past that point, bro, it was fucking doomsday. That set the tone for the craziness. And then
DMX's set.
I don't think I've seen his set from.
Oh my!
Woodstock 99.
Oh, it was insane.
I'm sure. Wait, I think I have actually.
It's that one where he walks out and there's just an ocean of people. Yeah, it goes around quite a bit. Yeah, and you're just like, holy fucking shit. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Like when they told, on the documentary, when they told Limp Bizkit, like, to go calm the crowd down, like not to play break stuff and shit. And he was like, oh no. Oh, I'm going to do it. And they did.
That's the most incendiary performance of a song that's ever happened. Literally. Who had to follow him? I'm trying to think of who was the guy who kind of tried to calm him down. The following act, it was like a total opposite kind of vibe of Olympus. I felt so bad watching the footage of this guy being like, all right, guys, he actually did an all right job, but it was like, bro,
dude,
that's fire.
That's what I want. I want that to be the word that describes NBC. We have to be incendiary. That's such a good word. It's the word of the day.
It's fucking, whoa. Launch the fucking instant. That is crazy. Like, that's apocalyptic. That was it's 1999 too. Everyone already thought the world was ending, and then that shit happened.
I really think that played a part into it.
Just from that moment on.
I wonder, I mean, there could be a million different reasons, but I wonder how many people went to that and they were just like, for whatever reason, their life was just never the same again after that. I don't know what the reason would be, but they were just like,
flashbacks,
my life was one way, and then I went to Woodstock '99, and then everything changed. Like that,
PTSD, dog.
Dude, that's fucking crazy. Like,
can you imagine? Like, well, the camera died because we weren't paying attention.
Shut down like Woodstock '99.
Fucking Limp Bizkit. But it's been a good time. You know, we got mics this time. Next time we won't have battery death pauses.
Yep.
You know, we'll holler at y'all next time we drop a track, which should be fairly soon. Stay tuned.
We'll see you when that third song comes out. Until then, check out Sun Tzu. Check out Art of War. NBC, baby. We'll see you soon.
Yes, sir.
Later.
Holler at y'all next time.